Hi everybody, Allison here. I am, those of you that don't know me, my name is Allison. Like I said, I'm a yoga teacher, yoga studio owner in Omaha, Nebraska, One Tree Yoga. And we're just beginning to film some online content. I just finished a meditation. You can check that out. And we're gonna have lots of other stuff coming in the next days and weeks. So what I wanted to offer now, as I was sitting in meditation, I was like, oh, my hip feels tight. I thought just sort of a short practice to kind of work with opening the hips. Not only is that helpful for everybody, just based on the fact that we sit a lot, walk a lot, have a lot going on, but also it helps our meditation practice. It helps our ability to sit still if we've got a little more space and comfort in our hips. So a little bit of background, because I come from sort of an alignment anatomy based sort of teaching method. When we talk about the hips, the pelvis, there's a lot happening, and that sort of encompasses a lot of different things. So we've got our hip flexors, which run on the fronts of our hips. There's 5, so there's a lot that cross the front of the hip joint. We've also got sort of our outer hips, and that really is like glute muscles. That's what most of us think of when we think of hip opening. We've also got our inner thighs, our adductors, that's part of it. And then we can even include like backs of legs kind of up where the hamstrings attach into the pelvis or into the sitting bones. It's sort of all included when we talk about hip opening or hip work. So we're going to try to tackle a little bit of that today. Nothing crazy, like I said, short practice to just kind of loosen things up. All you'll really need is a yoga block if you have it. If you don't have a yoga block, you can do everything I'm doing without. It's not necessary. It's just a way to sort of ramp up what we're doing. So you can set that aside for now and just come to lie on your backs. So grab a comfortable shape on your backs and start with your feet as wide as your mat. Let your knees knock together. Rest your hands on your belly and just take a few deep breaths. So kind of come from a place of settling and grounding. And then interlace your hands and pull your right knee into your chest. Extend your left leg straight and really activate the left leg. So shoot your left heel away from you. Left leg stays active and just pull the right leg in. And you can sort of loosen the hip joint here. So pull your right knee out to the right, over to the left. You can kind of make little circles. Just sort of move around, be curious. You can even hook your elbow around your knee and get sort of a tighter way. But really keep active left leg. Push the back of the left leg down because that'll keep space happening in the left hip flexors. Switch legs, so interlace your hands, pull the left leg in, extend your right leg out, stretch through your right heel, and then move around in the left hip joint. So go out and in, around. Continue to breathe, continue to firm right leg, and then option to hook your left elbow around the left knee. Good, go ahead and hug both knees into your chest. Grab elbows around the shins if you can, and just hug everything in. I like to take a little bit of a rock, just loosen up the back. And then release your feet down. Keep your feet wide, knees wide, and bring your arms loosely overhead. Take sort of a windshield wiper shape. So on your next exhale, tip both knees to the right. And you're going to come to the inner left foot, outer right foot, and really let this left hip lift and reach your left knee away from your face and down towards the floor. So again, getting space in the front of the left hip. And then inhale, come up to center. Exhale, you'll go to the left. Same thing. Come to the inner right foot, really reach the right knee away from you, down towards the floor, space in front of right hip. Do that a few more times. So inhale, center, you go a bit quicker. Exhale, tip right. Inhale, center, exhale, tip left. One more, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Come back to center, let your knees knock, pause. So now is where you'll want to grab your block if you have it. So grab the block. We're gonna sort of repeat some of that, but with the block. So you're gonna lift your hips up, put the block underneath your pelvis, flat side. Arms back overhead, and let's continue that windshield wiper work. But this time it's going to intensify because we'll have a block sort of digging into the outer hips. So move your hips a little to the left to start, and then tip both knees to the right. So again, windshield wiper, but this time like let the block dig into the outer right hip and really allow the left side of the block to lift off the floor. Reach your left knee down. You'll get a bigger opening in the left hip flexors here. Breathe. Good, and then come back to center. Move your hips a little over to the right and tip your knees to the left. Same thing. Really let the left side of the block dig in. Right hip, right side of block will lift. Breathe. Great, come back to center. Keep the block under your pelvis, adjust it as needed. And then just like we started, interlace your hands, pull your right knee in, and try to extend your left leg long. If you can, keep your heel on the floor. I like to widen my left leg, like mat width or wider, gives me more space. And then firm up left thigh and pull your right leg in. Then you can begin to let your left leg sort of lift off the floor, but keep it active. And again, you'll feel some space here in front of the left hip. Just breathe. Good, switch legs. Hug your left knee in. Start with your right heel on the floor. Reach out through your right leg, widen your right leg, and then let your right heel hover, but keep your right leg firm. Good, draw both knees in. The block should allow your knees to tip, but adjust it as needed, or to more easily tip. While we're here, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, thread your right arm through. Everyone knows figure 4. Pull your legs in. So this block allows my knees into my chest, which is gonna intensify the stretch. So if you're not into that, lose the block, do this without the block, it'll be a little less intense. Keep your right foot active, spread your right toes, but relax your left leg. And pull with your arms, big breaths. Switch, left leg, left ankle over right thigh. Thread your left arm through, left foot active, right leg passive, pull. So you're gonna pull with your arms a bit. If you pull more, you'll get a more intense stretch. So obviously if you want a less intense stretch, you should pull less. Breathe. Sweet. And then you can release. Pick your hips up. Use the block, and then get yourself up to sit. So, seated, I should mention, I practice this pose all the time, and I don't always use blankets, but if you have tight hips, or if you tend to have tight hamstrings back, sort of in the area of the pelvis, sitting up higher will be more comfortable. So feel free to sit up on a blanket, or some sort of pillow or something. So we're gonna find Sukhasana. You can see my legs. Bring your right shin in front. And then Sukhasana really is a little bit different. If I were to just sit cross-legged, it would look like this. My knees are wide. But Sukhasana is feet wide, knees in. So I'm really trying to wiggle towards each other and my feet wide. So if your mat's sort of facing this way, your feet might come up to the edge of your mat. And then adjust your seat behind you and really prioritize a long spine. So I'll show from the side what that looks like. It's gonna be really tempting to sort of just do this, but I want you to prioritize lift. So hands behind you, sit up tall. Keep your feet active, and then as you exhale, start to walk your hands away from you. Lengthen your spine as you fold it. You can just chill here. You could also grab your block, have it nearby, put your forehead on it, and soften. So we'll just stay here for a few breaths. Feel free to pause the video, stay longer. Deep breaths in and out. Good, take one more big breath. And then inhale, come up. Keep your legs here. We're going to swing our hands over to the left. And then stretch your right arm long on the diagonal, hand to the floor. You can crawl your left fingertips back. Inhale, lift up, reach with your right hand, hook your belly to the left, and then fold over the leg. So you get a little side stretch, more outer right hip. Take one big breath. Good, and then you can release, come all the way up, switch legs. Again, knees in, feet out, so this time left shin in front, same thing, adjust your seat, hands behind you, sit up tall, and then exhale, fold forward, hinge at the hips, find your block, in you go. So this is really the settling, the grounding. When things are chaotic, guys, the best thing we can do is to be as grounded and settled as we can, and in yoga poses, the go-to for that, the root chakra, the really sort of stabilizing force is working with the hips. So this will help. So see what you can soften here. A few more breaths. Then come up halfway. This time we're going to swing torso, arms over to the right. Stretch your left arm on the diagonal. Crawl your right fingertips back. Inhale, lift up. Hook your belly to the right. And fold forward. Really reach left arm long. Turn your belly. Last big breath. Great. And then inhale, come up. Stretch your legs long in front of you, hands behind you, sit up tall, firm your legs, find Dandasana, the staff pose. And let's do down dog. So if down dog's a new pose for you, it'll take time like anything else. Set your hands up at the top of your mat, spread your fingers as wide as you can. Turn your hands out, index fingers straight ahead, and then tuck your toes under, hips up, thighs back, down dog. And you can really stretch, like you were gonna stretch your yoga mat away from you. Push the hands into the mat. Lift your hips up and pull your belly button back. Firm up your legs. Big breaths. Take a peek forward and step your right foot between your hands. That can be a hard transition, so if it feels impossible, lower your back knee first and step forward. Everyone lower your knee. Sit your hips low and bring your hands up to your right side. Just really drop in the hips here, but try to prioritize pulling the belly button back, drawing the tailbone down, and lift and lengthening your spine. Good, put your left hand on the floor. Spin your left fingers out. Right hand stays on right thigh. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, hook your belly to the right and twist. Just a little twist. Good, hands down. lift your back knee, step back, downward dog. Re-spread your fingers, push the mat away. Next, exhale breath, step your left foot between your hands, lower your right knee, sit low into your hips, and then start to bring your hands to your left thigh, torso up. Again, organize, tailbone draws down, belly back, chest up. Put your right hand down. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, turn to the left. One more breath. Hands down, lift your back knee, step back, down dog. Let's do one more set of lunges, a little more thigh focused. Step your right foot forward again. So you can take this in stages. Scoot your right foot to the right. Stage one is left hand spins out, right hand to thigh, you'll twist again. Stage two is point your back toes, pull your heel in. That's already a big thigh stretch. Stage three is sweep your right hand back, hold your foot, and pull the heel in, turn. So you get thigh hip flexor opening as well as a twist. It's a lot, so breathe. Good, and then undo. Hands down, inside of foot, lift your back knee up, step back, down dog. Let's do last side. Step your left foot forward. Lower your right knee, scoot your left foot to the left, spin your right fingers out. Twist to the left, step one. Step two, point your back toes, curl your heel in. Step three, sweep the left arm back, hold the outer foot, pull your heel in, and turn your belly as you do that. Breathe a lot. Good. Release, hands down. Lift your back knee, step back, down dog. Last couple breaths in your dog, really firm the arms and legs. And then lower your knees. Bring your knees as wide as your mat, touch your big toes, and press back, child's pose. Forehead to the mat, soften your elbows, take a few breaths here. And then bring your torso up. So, not even 20 minutes, just a little bit of hip opening to kind of get things moving here. I feel way ready to sit, do a little meditation, or just go about your day. So, happy hip opening. See you guys soon.